Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your November 1st to the 15th, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you are interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be located in the description box below. Now before I begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. Awesome. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Capricorn, November 1st to the 15th, 2020, Capricorn. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Okay, let's see what your chakra energy has to say for this time. Capricorn, November 1st to the 15th, 2020, Capricorn. November 1st to the 15th, 2020, Capricorn. November 1st to the 15th, 2020, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we're starting here with forgiveness. This is the heart chakra. And forgiveness is quite a powerful and impactful card to start with. This is going deeply into love. This is loving and forgiving yourself. Forgiving, yes, those around you. Sure. Forgiving people doesn't mean you want to break bread with them. Doesn't mean you want them to be your best friend or even your friend or even slightly acquainted to you. It means I am not letting you ruin my life anymore. And I am releasing that power that you have that you don't even know you have, or the person can know it. But what's deeper is when we forgive ourselves. I forgive myself for being young. I forgive myself for being naive. I forgive myself for putting other people's expectations on me. I forgive myself for making mistakes. I forgive myself for being human. I forgive myself. And in that forgiveness, if you just sit for a moment and it's powerful, and just focus on your heart chakra and just feel that water of life, of love, of understanding, of peace running through you. and washing away. It's kind of like you're washing out the dirty water and something. It's like, when you let a tap run that hasn't been on for a really long time, and it has that, icky, kind of rusty colored water to it, or a sludgy type of water to it. Let the water run through your heart. Just see yourself turning the valve on, right? And letting all that negative, icky gook flow out of your body, from your feet into the ground. Say, I don't need this anymore. And visualize that till the water starts to run clear. You might have to do that many times a day to center yourself, to release yourself, to empower yourself, to embolden yourself. Do so. Because the forgiveness here is powerful, it's deep, and it's profound. And it leads you to soul's healing, most definitely. This is the soul star chakra, located 6 inches above your crown. It leads you to deep, beautiful, passionate, brilliant healing that illuminates yourself, that moves you forward. And there's going to be a warmth around you at times. You might have this funny kind of juxtaposition of feelings where it can feel cold, but it can also feel very warm. So just know here that as you're healing, you might find that there's this bit of like the cold spots within your body, within your soul, within yourself. They're being looked at, and they're being flooded with light, with warmth, with comprehension and understanding. And you're warming yourself kind of from your bones outward, from the marrow of yourself outward. And that's really quite beautiful. And then we have creativity. Now, this is the sacral chakra. This is where a lot of negativity from this life, from past lives, are held. And the sacral chakra is intense. So here we have the creative energy of earth, the creative energy of being coming forward. But we also have the creative energy of ourselves, that creative energy that is held back, that makes us think, oh, I can't do this. I can't move forward this way. That isn't meant for me. This passion, this power, this beauty is denied. It's like, no, you're creating a new path because you're opening up yourself to a glory, to a truth, to a brilliance that needs to be understood. And as you open yourself up to this, the creative energy of you, the creative brilliance, the creative understanding, the creative passion, the creative power is absolutely becoming a part of your body, mind, and spirit. And it is moving you forward in true and utter power. Now, the left-hand side here, this is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side is the public arena, the public self. Move these down just a bit. Okay. So we start off, Capricorn, with you shining through as the King of Pentacles. This means you are absolutely embracing your passion, your power, your understanding. There's a way of you seeing interconnectedness during this time. It's a way of you seeing things that you hadn't seen before, and it's moving you forward in the passion of your heart. You become a defender of who you are. You have the Chariot, and then you have the Knight of Pentacles, and it leads you to being a student of your heart. And it's kind of like when pigs fly, is something that you've said to yourself, oh, when pigs fly, this will happen. When pigs fly, I'd be happy. Or it seems as improbable as pigs flying. And now you're seeing this love, this beauty come in, and it's like, wow, this is the time I needed. Crowning your heart is your hard work paying off. You have the Knight of Cups right here. You are being a defender of your heart. With the Six of Pentacles, you need to balance the scales. There can't be only taking, only giving. There needs to be a balance. And then you have the Moon. You're facing fears, doubts, apprehensions, strong Pisces energy during this time because you have the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and of course in the major arcana, the Moon. Pisces is a water sign energy. This is a time frame February 19th to March 20th. We have strength. Okay, Leo energy. Time frame July 23rd to August 22nd. 10 of Wands. It has become too much to carry the burdens by yourself. And now you are releasing them. And you're releasing a lot of burdens that you carry for others. It's like, no, I need to walk in my truth, in my passion, in my power. That leads you to the Nine of Cups, a rejoicing, a brilliance. And then you have the King of Swords coming forward. So strong kingly energy right here, meaning you're not taking anybody's bull. And also you're very much center stage. People are noticing you and paying attention to you here at Capricorn. For me, the King of Swords is the Warrior King. So here, you're being the Warrior King, you're embracing your knowledge, you're embracing a deeper understanding, you're embracing a passion, a brilliance, a truth. And there is nothing that will hold you back. Okay, so Spirit is saying some things will try, but nothing will hold you back for long. There's a determination, there's a focus, there's a dedication to you during this time The repeat of the number 8, especially in this line, following you as the King of Pentacles, following you as a king, can mean that you take things very, very seriously during this time. And Capricorn, you're very serious just in general. And that's not a bad thing at all. Absolutely not. But don't take things so seriously that you miss the beauty around you. Because this is also connecting with the divine feminine. So you have the divine masculine coming in with the kings. You have the divine feminine coming in with the number 8. And then there's a bit of looking at the infinity, the everlasting power of life, understanding, and passion, which can seem like facing the abyss at times, but it really is quite beautiful. So let's see the people who will aid you during this time. Capricorn. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Capricorn. Who will aid Capricorn? November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Capricorn. Who will aid Capricorn? November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Capricorn. Who will aid Capricorn? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me, ooh, goodness, clearly. Angels. Yeah, angels and spirit guides. Okay, these two. Fantastic. So you have 4. That's brilliant. So we're starting off here with the Queen of Wands. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is passion. This is determination. This is somebody who really calls to the fiery side of your nature. And Capricorn, people might sit there and say, oh, Capricorn, you're so even-headed. You're so, level. You don't have this fire, this passion. Oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. You are an astoundingly passionate person, but you're also astoundingly smart at the way you look at things on this earthly plane. And you see the interconnectedness of things. And this is a person during this time that talks and speaks to the passion that you have. Now, this can be a person you know in real life, or it can be a person who inspires you. But they show you how to ignite the fires that you have inside. They show you how to embrace the passion and what you desire. And it leads you to the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is somebody who you get, okay? And who you really feel gets you. Because earth sign energy sings to earth sign energy. And so here, this is somebody whose vibrational energy really sings to you. This is a person who, again, sees the interconnectedness of things. They have a little bit more of a gentle, softer touch, okay, than what you are going to be looking at during this time, because you have the kings to you. So the kings are center stage. I see the kings as like the actors upon the stage. The queens are the directors behind the scenes. So here you have this director behind the scenes energy coming in. It's kind of like the person who sits there and it's like, well, why not this and why not that? And by not being so seen and maybe criticized by others, okay, or not caring, they see things more openly, more honestly for themselves, because they're not worried about everybody else. And that's going to be powerful for you. That's going to be something where you're like, oh, well, why not? And that could be exactly what they say. It's like, well, why not do this? Why not look at it this way? Why not open up this way of understanding, of being, of seeing? And it leads you to the King of Wands. So you have the King and the Queen of Wands. This is energy that is not afraid to roll up their sleeves, to go after what they desire, to go after what they want, to be passionate, to be determined, to be focused. And this is energy that's really going to be singing to the fire that is around you, to the passion that you are embracing, to the way that you want to move forward within your life. And this is going to be like, why not? Why not move forward this way? Why not look at things this way? Why not go after? And that's going to be a powerful place for you during this time, and a powerful energy that really calls to you. And the King and the Queen of Wands, they can be a couple, they can be a soulmate, or they can be friends. Soulmate connections for me do not have to be lovers. They can be people who knew each other in past lives and have a way of really connecting. And their passion, their fire, their energy really connects with yours. And then we have the Prince of Wands, charging forward, going after what it is that you want. This person moves more quickly, okay, than you are comfortable with at times. But this person also is saying, why not go for it? Why not try it? Why not, go after it? And that's going to be something where you're really sitting during this time and saying, why not? Because you're looking at something so much bigger than what you had originally thought. What you had originally thought was like, oh, it could only be like this. Oh, it has to be like this. Oh, I need it like that. And now you're saying, well, look at the way things intertwine. Look at the passion that is around here. Look at the beauty that is guiding me forward. Look at so much more. And you're also seeing so much more within you. It's like a switch has been flipped. And you're like, wow, this is me. This is who I am. And now Capricorn. Spirit is saying address it. So I am going to. You're represented by the devil in the major arcana, which I think is a bit rude, because the devil does not have the best connotation. But what Spirit is saying here, and why you're embracing the king during this time, is that there is a darkness to this world. And there just is. There is a darkness, there is a light, and there is this understanding of, and this complexity of human nature that we move forward in. And you have a way of seeing that so much more honestly than others do. So it can make you a real stickler for the rules, because it's like, if you start to slip, you'll slip hard. If you start to go down that path, it's not what we want. It's kind of like, it's not what your covenant is with yourself, your soul, divinity that you made before coming to this earth. And so there's something here where your passion, your power, your brilliance during this time is to break the chains that held you back, that kept you silent, that kept you small. And you're really seeing yourself break forward. And as you break forward, it's an addressing of chaos, because a lot of the way we visualize and see demonoid figures during this time is the corruption of ancient pagan gods, that were taken in and made bad. So here it is saying it's not bad, it's not good. It is chaos. And it's what we do with it that truly matters and truly shows the countenance and the depth of our being. And here, there's something here where the test is strong, it's deep, it's heavy, and it's intense. And there's a way that you see things. There's a way that you handle yourself. There's a way that you traverse this terrain that speaks volumes for, first of all, what you value, and secondly, where it is that you want to be. So there's something big is coming, and you handle it like a king. Absolute rule, yes, okay? Kings rule absolutely. There's also a sense of being divinely chosen, okay, of moving forward. This task is for you. This power is for you. This grace moves you forward in what your heart desires and where you want to be. And there is a sense of being underestimated. There is a sense of being belittled. There is a sense of people thinking, oh, you're really not going to move forward the way that you should be. They're very judgy during this time, okay? Others looking in. And this is you holding your passion, holding your power, holding the reins, and saying, no, I'm moving forward to something greater than anyone can ever imagine. And I am moving forward in a speed, in a ferocity, in a grace, and in a determination that others just don't understand. Because I am the charioteer. I am the charioteer. I am powerful. I am determined. I am focused. I am so much more than you ever realized I was. This is also Cancer energy, a time frame June 21st to July 22nd. And as you have that power, because remember, charioteers back in the day, they were like the tanks of their time. They're like the special forces that come in. And during this time, in your inner self, not only are you a king, but you are also a knight. You are defending how you move, where you stand, what you desire, what you want, what you need, and what you're looking towards and for. You're defending what is absolutely, positively, and inexplicably important to you. And you move slow and steady. There are going to be times where you're a bit frustrated with yourself because the charioteer moves here. You can see that at quite a speed. And the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest, there we go, moving knight. And so here, as you are looking at what you desire, as you're looking at what you want, there's going to be a part of you that's like, hurry up, we're passionate, we're focused, we're determined, we're going after it. And the other part of you is like, no, lay that solid foundation. And that's really going to be important, to lay that solid foundation, to defend what is powerfully, honestly, and personally yours. It doesn't mean that everybody else has to understand it. This is a time where you look at the chains that bind and you say, is that for me? Is the trappings that people get themselves into? Is the life that everybody says you're supposed to have? Is that for me? Or is that for me to look at and say, it's nice, but I will walk my own path. I will embrace my own truth. Or are you putting pieces together? It's like, okay, that's traditional and I really like that, but this is more me, so I'm going to go over there. And there is a sense of power and brilliance to you during this time. So whatever path you choose, or kind of like a sandwiching of paths, it's going to be where you need to be at exactly this moment in your life to move you forward, to go after what you desire, to look in honesty, creativity, healing, and forgiveness of mistakes made, to be able to move forward. And that really leads you to being a student of your heart. That leads you to this little piglet right here with wings. When pigs fly. When pigs fly, I will be happy. When pigs fly, things will calm down. When pigs fly, life will be better. Pigs are flying. It doesn't mean that everything comes all at once. No. We tend to want things to happen in our time, which is yesterday. We want things to happen as soon as we think about it, instant gratification. And this is being a student of the heart. This is saying what I'm building takes time. And what I love the saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. But you can take it one step further. Rome didn't fall in a day either. So what we destroy and what we build, they take time. And here, as we become a student of our hearts, as we look at what it is that we truly want, as we look at things with beginner's mind, and that's not, sitting there and saying, oh, I have to start at the very beginning. It's coming to things as a child would, without preconceived notions, without preconceived prejudices, and saying, I step forward in grace, elegance, and eloquence of self. And I am a student of my heart, my soul, and my passion. And my hard work pays off. It's so interesting that your inner self ends with your heart, and your heart begins with the hard work, the dedication, the long hours, the sleepless nights, the doubts, the fears, the anger, the success, the triumph, the heartbreak, the pain, the disappointment, and the starting. And that's what you have here. You have, yes, people are seeing you. You begin with a king and you end with a king. People see you. People take note of who you are, of your passion, your determination. You might not know that they are taking note, but people take note. And as you move forward in this passion, as you move forward in this determination, as you move forward towards where you want to be, you're looking at the road that you walked and the road that is left to walk. And it can feel overwhelming, yes, but it is also so rewarding to be able to sit there and say, I am forging this path. I am stronger than I imagined. I am more than I had realized. Because there could very well have been a time here, Capricorn, where you thought you were nothing, where you thought that the hard work, the pain, the sacrifice, the hurt, the disappointment would never be acknowledged and would never lead to something more. And now you are becoming a defender of your heart, of what you desire from your life, of where it is that you need to be. Again, you're moving forward slowly. The nights in this reading, they're not the fastest moving nights. They are the slowest night and the second slowest moving night. It's like things take time. To have a solid foundation, to have a firm understanding, it takes time. And you are putting in that time, that effort, that hard work. And as you move forward towards what you love, and as you acknowledge that I have to stand in what I love, nobody will define it for me. Nobody will defend it for me. I have to. I have to sit there and say, this is my truth. This is who I am. This is where I need to be. And as you embrace this, you embrace a balancing of the scales. It's not saying, I need, or I'm giving. It's saying there needs to be an in-between. And it's coming to a covenant with divinity. It's coming to an agreement with your angels and your spirit guides. There's deep meditative understanding here that moves you forward. There's deep passion, desire that opens up doors for you. And as you're looking at this, you're balancing the scales of where you need to be, of what you desire, and what is the most important thing to you. And there's a tendency, Capricorn, to want to say, okay, I just have to work a little bit harder. You'll put, and we can see that with the 10 of Wands, you'll put the weight upon your shoulders and say, just a little bit harder, just keep pushing, just keep forging, just keep going. And it's like, okay, listen, there's only so much that I can push, that I can forge, that I can, make myself before I say, there needs to be a give and take. There needs to be a give and take. And your heart is saying there needs to be a give and take when it comes to your prosperity, a balancing of the scales, and embrace of what you desire of yourself, of your truth, of your honor, of your deeper comprehension. And it leads you to, I have an eyelash in my eye. it leads you to looking at your fears and not being held back. It leads you to saying, well, if I stand up for myself, or I keep my voice, or, I stand in my truth, nightmares won't come. It's not all going to fall apart. And so here, it's finding that balance. This is my minor arcana justice card. And justice, for me, because I was always a little bit confused about justice. I was like, okay, justice, lady law, things being balanced, just the facts. And I was meditating on it, and Spirit said it's discernment. It is saying, I can't have all the chaos come in. I can't be everything to everyone all the time. I need to be discerning. And that's the energy here. It is that discernment. It is that deeper understanding. It is that looking at what you desire. And as you do so, you face fears. You face fears that hold you back. You face doubts. You face anger. You face disappointment. You face it. And as you face it, you realize the shadows aren't as bad as you thought. You realize that the nightmares aren't coming. And it was worse in our minds than it was in reality. And you might sit there and say, Dean, come on. In my wildest dream, I couldn't imagine a fall like this. I couldn't imagine a time like this. Yes, believe me, I understand. I really do understand. So when you're looking at things and you're looking around and you're like, I don't know how it got here. I don't know what's happening, and I don't like it, type of thing. But with our heart, we look at the hurt and the pain. But we also look at the shadows. We look at the brilliance of the unknown. We look at the power in standing tall with the head held high. And we release. We release a lot of our fears. And we say, I might not be able to see as clearly as I want to see. And that is part of life. We spend half our life in the light, right? In the daytime. And we spend half our life in the dark, in the nighttime. And that is what life is. Sometimes you can see clearly, and sometimes you just can't. And there's sounds and things going on, and you're like, what the heck is this? And it gets a little spooky. This is looking at what we fear and saying, okay, I have the dark wolf, I have the light wolf. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it is a dog and a wolf. You have the tamed and you have the wild. You have the tamed side of you, the side that humanity is supposed to see. It's like, okay, this is the part of me that you're supposed to know. Okay, that's our everyday self. And then we have the shadowed self. We have the wolf. Okay, this is my more vicious side. This is the side that, I couldn't possibly face. I couldn't possibly talk about. I couldn't possibly acknowledge. You know who's truly dangerous? It's not the person who knows that there's a monster inside of them. Okay? But the person who knows that there's a monster inside, let me verify, because Spirit is saying, don't leave that sentence hanging. And chooses not to act upon it. It's like that monster lives in every person, but I am not going to bring that monster to the surface. Okay? I acknowledge it, but it stays in the back of the subconscious. But the person who is really dangerous is the person who says, I could never do something so evil. I could never be so mean. I could never. Because the fact of the matter is, we never know what we are capable of till push comes to shove. And to acknowledge the depth of the shadowed self, the depth of the darkness, the depth of what we don't want to bring to the light, to acknowledge it and say, okay, I see you, but you don't get to rule me. That is powerful. And then we evolve. We grow bigger. We grow stronger. Because remember, in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, there is a lobster here, right? And the wolves and the hound. And what that lobster shows is that as our, intake of serotonin becomes higher, that lobster grows bigger. The pincers will be bigger. And when the intake of serotonin, or the production of serotonin, decreases, okay, the lobster becomes smaller. It becomes weaker. And that's what we become spiritually. Even physically, we hold our heads down, we slouch. And so it is embracing our passion. And it's knowing life is built off of fears. We invented lights so that we could keep the darkness away. Life is about fear. But it's also about facing that fear and not letting it control us. And that's what you're doing within your heart. You're like, no, I'm not being controlled. I am a student of what I desire. And you're finding that you're fiercer, more determined, more focused, more than you could ever have imagined. And it leads you to strength. And strength is not brute force strength. Okay, this is a Leo energy, July 23rd to August 22nd. And it's interesting because Cancer time frame goes into Leo time frame, and both of them, in their own ways, are astoundingly strong. Okay, people would normally say, oh, Leo is stronger, but they're not, they're different. But both are astoundingly fierce. And here, you're moving forward in the depth of your love. You're moving forward in the strength of your personage. You're moving forward in character and understanding and destiny and desire of self. And you're moving forward through kindness, compassion, greater understanding, seeing the fierceness and the ferocity, but also seeing the gentility and the compassion of this world. And saying, yeah, okay, I can be an absolute, fierce warrior when I need to be. But that's only when I need to be. And I choose to walk quietly on this earth, compassionately in its grace, and powerfully within my soul. And it leads you to the Ten of Wands. In the public arena, you're claiming your strength. You're finding out that you're a heck of a lot stronger than you thought you were. And you're putting down the weight that you have been carrying. Because in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this is a person carrying, all these wands. And it's like too much. Everything's falling. They're just like, it's too much. They're weighed down by it. And you could just, I always envision them like, they're all just about to fall. It's all just about to become too much. And so with the Ten of Wands, it's looking at everything that we carry as individuals, all our passion, all our desires, all our fire, our hope, our understanding. And then what we carry for others. It's like, oh, I'll help you out, I'll carry that. I'll help you out, I'll carry that. Until we're so bogged down that there's no time to enjoy. There's no time for beauty. And this is a release. And this is having the oxen here. It's like helping you carry the load. There is an ease that's coming. And it's because you're looking at people and saying, okay, you need to carry your load. You need to look at your truth. Okay? You need to carry it. I can't carry your load for you. I can't, make your decisions for you. I can't ease your life lessons. I can't. Because Capricorn, you've tried. And how's that worked out? It's usually astoundingly frustrating. And you're sitting there and you're like, I've made this as easy as I possibly could. What the heck is going on? Why is there still more trauma and drama? Because they need to see it. They need to face it. And you need to take that fire that you've been carrying, that kindling, okay, the wood, and you need to light the passion. You need to light the fire and move forward in the truth. And that's a release. That is a release. That is a rejoicing. That is a jubilation. That is, kind of wishes being granted and beauty coming in. And it's like, wow, I didn't think this could be it. And there's a sense of freedom. There's jubilation. There's, really? And it leads you. It leads you to realizing that there is great beauty, but there is great knowledge around you. And it leads you to being fierce. This is a time where you can be rather business-minded, okay? And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a very, very good way. It's like, I'm not being as gullible. I'm not being as, this or that. When we think of the bad things of business-minded, or anti-business-minded, I just can't do this. But it's being, and maybe business-minded is the wrong word for it, but it's being a little bit colder. It's being a little bit more logical. It's looking at things and making different connections. And as you do so, you cut through doubts and fears. You cut through despairs and heartbreaks and disappointments. You move forward in a ferocity of spirit and soul and self and passion and power. And you hold a weapon, because the mind is one of our greatest weapons. And that's why the King and the Queen of Swords, they're the only ones in the deck that hold a proper forged weapon. A staff, wands, yeah, okay. You can even say, okay, pentacles, more of shields, more of what defends us, prosperity, grounding, seed planting, harvesting. That's how I see the pentacles. But you could also use it as kind of like a discus to throw at people. That could be it too. But the sword is a proper weapon that's absolutely recognizable right off the bat. And that's what you're embracing. You're embracing the weapon of truth. Now, during this time, you can be a bit sharp-tongued. Just be mindful of it. A bit blunt, a bit to the point of things. And people might sit there and be a bit like, wow, Capricorn, you're not really planting the seeds like you usually do. You're not really, being slow to voice an opinion. because you're taking in the knowledge, you're seeing the way things connect. Here, you're looking at things and you're like, no, that's not right. No, that's not going to happen. And there's a fierceness to you, or yes, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. There's a fierceness to you, there's a ferocity to you, and there's a way that you're making decisions that seems rather quick, but it's not. It's something that you've been working at for a really long time. It's now that you're finally putting it into practice. Because there's a kingliness to you, and there's a defender of that strength and that power that comes forward. Let's go deeper. Capricorn. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Capricorn. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. It's all going to fall. Hold on. That's too funny. Okay. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Capricorn. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Capricorn. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. Oh, and let's see the people that you need to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people Capricorn needs to be mindful of? November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Capricorn. Who are the people Capricorn needs to be mindful of? November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Capricorn. Who are the people Capricorn needs to be mindful of? November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Okay, these four. So we're starting here with the Princess of Swords. This is somebody who is young, okay, or has a very young energy to them. And I'm just seeing a gossip. This is somebody who likes to spin stories. This is somebody who likes to spread stories. This is somebody who handles their words very immaturely, okay? So be mindful of that. They love it, though. They do. They kind of... They might tell you that they don't like all the drama, they don't like all the trauma, but they handle their life like a soap opera, okay? It's kind of like those people you see online. They're like, oh, I hate the drama, but they tell you all about it, but they cause it whenever people aren't looking at them. That's what this person is. It's actually funny. Then you have the strength. So you have a positive Leo energy within this reading. We see it in the main part of the reading. Now you have a negative Leo energy. This is somebody who believes through brute force they will get what they want. They will lie, cheat, and steal. They will, just push their way forward, and that will be how they get to where they want to be within their lives. It's going to go against who you are, especially during this time. It's like you don't like that at all. So just be mindful of this person, because also it's going to be a little bit attractive. It's kind of like, well, why can't I push forward to get what I want? Why can't I do this? And it's like, because it's just not right for you. It doesn't resonate with your soul and yourself. Scorpio energy. Okay, this person is going to be, this is a secret teller. Okay, this is a person who tells other people's secrets. That's what Spirit's saying right now. So be mindful of that. And then you have the Prince of Cups. This is a person who is slowly and steadily moving forward in their own emotional truth, but can be a bit of a whiny person as they do so, because they're not moving as quickly as they want. And again, you have a positive King of Cups and you have a negative, this is Knight of Cups. Yeah, you have a positive Knight of Cups, right? Here somewhere? Yes, the Knight of Cups right here. Awesome. And you have a negative Knight of Cups. Okay. So let's see. We have the King of Cups right here. We have the Moon coming through again. So fears really are going to run high. You're going to be looking at things more apprehensively before you see that there's a silvery light that moves you forward. There's a reflection of the sun, of beauty and brilliance within the quiet and the serene. And then things start falling into line like dominoes. The Emperor, Aries energy, time frame March 21st to April 19th. But this is being a fierce leader of your heart, of your soul, and what you want. It then leads you to the Nine of Inspiration, the Nine of Wands. It has been a long battle, and you stand in your truth. It leads you to the Five of Voice. You're facing karmic debt, DNA debt, a way of people looking at things, understanding things. And you're breaking patterns and chains and doubts and fears to move yourself forward. It moves you to the Star, which is Aquarius energy, a time frame of January 20th to February 18th. The High Priestess, you see deeper. You see deeper. And it leads you right to the Magician. Right to the Magician. You harness your gifts. You know your gifts. You know your power. And you will not be held back. There's power to you here. Absolutely. With the Muse of Emotions, with the King of Emotions, you are learning to rule the island of one, which is what we do every single day in our lives. We rule our truth, our passion, ourselves, and our souls. We can only rule ourselves. And that is a wisdom that the King of Cups brings us. And it's here with the Chariot and with the King of Pentacles. As you embrace you, as you move forward in your passion, you realize that the only person that we have any sort of real control over, all their actions, all their thoughts, all their understandings, that's ourselves. And it's saying, all right, I will lead by example, and I will exemplify what it means to be a king of my existence, to wear that crown, to know that truth, to embrace that abundance. And we face fears as we move forward. What if I mess it up? What if we do? What if the worst case scenario comes forward? What if it does? Now it is time to look at things and say, fear, I see you, but you don't get to rule me. By the silvery light of the moon, by the reflection of the sun, by the reflection of the happiest card in the whole entire tarot, I embrace my grace. And I know that at times we move in shadows, and that at times the heart isn't as clear and the soul isn't as clear as we would like it to be, but I still move forward. And as I move forward, I embrace inspiration, passion, and desire. I have the dominoes fall into alignment, and I have things become so much more than I had thought they would be. I see the horizon more clearly. And I embrace my passion, my power, as my hard work and my love moves me forward. I claim my throne, and I know I will fall and I will fail, and I've made mistakes, and I will continue to make mistakes. But there is a beauty in me. That is my grace, my power, and my truth. And though it has been a long road, a hard road, I balance. I balance me. And I do not let everybody else's words drown out my own conscience, my own mind, my own self, my own truth. I stand in my grace. I stand in my passion. I stand in my understanding, knowing that everybody has an opinion, but everybody doesn't get to rule my life. And I face the fears of the past. I face the hurts. I face the disappointments. I face the anger from this life, from what I've inherited from my ancestors, from my past life. And I look at it openly and honestly and say, I get to forge this trail. And I get to believe in me, to stand in my truth, and to stand in my power. It moves us to the Star. As you embrace strength, and as you walk down this path, you are walking towards the highest form of man's perfection. The stars in the sky that guided us, that guided our path, that guided our ancestors, that our ancestors named, built monuments off of, tracked their lives because of. You are looking at it, and you are saying, where do I move forward? And divinity is saying, I hear your deepest wish. Let me guide you. Let me grace you. Walk with me. Walk with your angels. Walk with your passion. And it leads you to seeing behind the veil of the world, behind everybody else's nonsense, and also behind your own nonsense, because we have nonsense going on, that chatter that's in the front of our mind all the time. And you move more deeply into your passion, into your truth, to seeing behind the veil, but also to being more quiet, more introspective, because even though you have a king's energy to you, and you're crowned with that within your heart, there's a fierceness, there's a determination, there's also a quiet observation that brings forward your truth in a greater way than you had realized. And it leads you to having a wish come forward, but it also leads you to your strength and your magic coming. And the magic is the God's head within. The magic is the passion, the desire, the truth coming. It's as above, so below. As I believe it, so it becomes. It is understanding that how we utilize our minds, how we utilize ourselves, is so extraordinary. And it's starting to realize that we are extraordinary, not ordinary, but extraordinary. And as we embrace the extraordinary, we embrace our truth. As we stand in the elements that make up ourselves, passion, fire, water, emotion, the blood that flows through us, earth, the food that fuels us, the ground that we walk on, and air, what fills our lungs. We are combined by spirit, enforced by spirit, and embraced by this elemental power. And it leads us to your spirit animal message here. Capricorn, November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Capricorn. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Capricorn. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. So we have here the turtle spirit. I love that. That's slow and steady. And it says here, slow and steady wins the race. And sea turtles, they live for hundreds of years, right? And slow and steady wins them their race, moves them forward. And that's what you're really embracing during this time. That slow, steady movement within your truth, within your passion, and towards what you desire. It then leads you to the lizard spirit. Dream the world into being. And I love that. Slowly and steadily, you are dreaming the world into being. And that's how you win your race. That's how you embrace your power. That is you. That is beauty. That's taking what is so sacred, that they are our dreams, they are our passion, they're what we desire. And it's making them part of our waking world. And it leads us to the skunk spirit. Know your worth. Know your worth. And know that you are worth more than you ever imagined. All right. Let's see your subconscious message. It's the ant spirit. Time to collaborate. It's time to collaborate, Capricorn, with divinity, with your angels, with your spirit guides, with what you truly want, and to build something greater than you could imagine, than you thought you could build by yourself. You then have your subconscious chakra message, which is clarity, the third eye chakra. Clarity is opening up. Your third eye is opening up. You're seeing things more clearly, more openly, more honestly. And we see that with the high priestess. It brings you tremendous jubilation, tremendous joy. It could also be astoundingly intense. So just be mindful of that. It might be too intense at times. And then we have the lovers, Gemini energy, time frame, May 21st to June 20th. This is somebody who seeks, questions, pleasure, desire, purpose, power, understanding. There's a sense of creative energy around you. There's a sense of deeper sensual understanding. And it doesn't have to culminate itself into sex. It can very well be a sensual connection with the world around you, with the passion that you desire in your day-to-day existence. This is the whys and the how comes and the deeper understandings. It leads you then to your subconscious tarot message. The Two of Swords. You always believed it was either A or B, this path or that path. You're going to see that as you embrace your truth, as you embrace what you desire from life, paths that you hadn't even realized start to open up, because you start to open up to why you were put on this earth. And your subconscious, here, going deeper into your subconscious, we have the Fool. It is time to begin. It is time to take that step towards the hero journey, towards the hero journey of your life, your soul, yourself, and what you desire. It's time to take the steps that others might laugh at, but in your soul, in your heart, you know is part of your absolute truth. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we step into blessings, as we step into power, as we release fears and lies and secrets, and ingratiate ourselves to the blessings that are being carried by our angels, and to a world that is opening up to us in a way that we hadn't anticipated, but greatly desire. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn.